Hello and welcome back to another Theory Thursday. Today we are talking about arpeggios. What are they? How do you use them? Where's the word come from? That's what we're talking about today, arpeggios. I've got my Casio 230GA on and my black tie. Simple. As always, if you've been enjoying the tunes and the theory videos and soloing videos, a like and subscribe is always appreciated, but not necessary. It helps me build the community, and I love making these videos, and I keep wanting to make them. So, I think that's it. So, without further ado, arpeggios. Let's go. So, I've got my guitar here because it helps to hear it, first of all. Now, we've talked about chords before, but we haven't talked about arpeggios, and they go hand in hand. Instruments like monophonic instruments deal with arpeggios because they can't play chords. Okay, so let's talk about what is it. An arpeggio, I've got my little post-it note here. An arpeggio is a broken chord made up of individual notes that are plucked or strummed or played or whatever instead of all the notes at once. So you take a chord and instead of playing all the notes at once, you play one at a time. Okay, so what's that sound like? Let's start with, let's do C just because it's easy. You have a C chord here. That's C-E-N-G, C major. C chord, okay? So how would a C arpeggio sound? That's a C arpeggio. So it's all an arpeggio is you take a chord and you play each note individually instead of all at once. Easy peasy. That's all an arpeggio is. Oh, yeah. There you go. There's a C arpeggio. Okay? So, there's a lot of questions that surround this. It's, for example, if all it is playing each chord tone individually instead of all at once, does that mean you always have to start on the root note, C? No, you can start on any chord tone you want. Okay, let's start on E. There's a C major arpeggio starting on E. And it gets real cool because you start getting more dense chords, and while you're playing the arpeggio, you don't know where it's like. If I played let's play a C major 7 arpeggio, right? So those first three notes sounded like it was in E minor because it's E, G, B, which is an E minor chord, right? And then you add the C on top, and you hear that C major 7. Right? So you can get real creative with starting on the root, the third, the fifth, or whatever extension you're on. So, for example, if I wanted to play that C major 7 arpeggio, I could start on the 7, right? It's a C major 7 arpeggio starting on the B. Right? So yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Okay, next. All the arpeggios I've been playing here have been going up. Do they always have to go up? No, they do not. You can go up or down. Right? It seems simple, but these are the questions beginners ask, and especially once you start implementing the actual arpeggios in your playing, it's really helpful, particularly when you get into improvising. Actually, using those arpeggios. So if you can get good at arpeggios, that will take you a very far way, long way in the jazz realm. You can get your major 7 arpeggio downs, your dominant 7 arpeggios, right? You can build solos and arrangements and just using arpeggios. It's fantastic. So no, you can also go down. C major 7 arpeggio. Descending. Okay. Up or down. And you can start on any chord tone you want, whether it's root 3/5 or any extension. Right? So let's start on the 9. C major 9 arpeggio. So you can get really real creative with it. So those are some of the first basic questions. The word arpeggio. Arpeggio. Where does that come from? It sounds Italian. That's because it is. It comes from the Italian word, and I'm probably not going to say this right, arpeggiare, which means to play harp. Interesting, because that's kind of what it sounds like. Especially on a stringed instrument, right? It sounds like a harp. Arpeggios are great. That's pretty much what it comes down to. But, like I said, if you can get your arpeggios down, first of all, they're a great fundamental tool because it teaches you what chord tones are in what chords. So when you look at a chord and you see D minor, for example, in your head you can think, okay, that's a D, an F, and an A. Add a 7 on there and you have a C. So just that can help tremendously when you start in jazz improvising, because if you're looking to bring out the chord changes in your solo, a great place to start is arpeggios. For example, if we have a chord progression that's let's just take a regular 2-5-1 or a 6-2-5-1. A minor, D minor, G7, C. I played D minor first. A minor, D minor, G, C. I keep playing D before A minor. I was doing a gig before this, and it was just 2-5-1, 2-5-1, 2-5-1, and yeah. So I'm still stuck in that brain space. I'm sorry, but you can hear the arpeggio. You can put them anywhere, and they outline the changes, so the listener can follow along and hear the chords behind what you're playing, even though you're not playing the chords, you're outlining, right? So, arpeggios, they're a magical thing. Learn them, they're useful, and not only as a learning tool, but they can be implemented in the real world. So I think that's enough information for today. Hopefully you'll learn something, and we'll see you for the next one.